Hey, it's Brie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about relationships. Yeah. It was just Valentine's Day, so I kind of wanted to do something relationship related. Even though it's already passed, I'm wearing maroon. Is purple a Valentine's Day color? I don't know. I don't really think so. I think pink. Just pink and red. So I asked on Instagram any questions like people had or like wanted to talk about, and it was basically all, how do I get a boyfriend? I also kind of just wanted to talk about relationships because I thought it'd be so fun to talk about and like kind of give my advice, and I asked my friends for their advice too, just to see like what people would say, and it was interesting. So if I were you, I would stick along to the end of this video just to see how it goes. I kind of just want to go over my journey quick because, you know, I'm not any sort of relationship expert. I couldn't say that this advice is going to change your life, but I can say that I have been in a few relationships. The first one was 3 years long and the second one was almost 2 years. So, I mean, they ended, but I feel like I've learned so much and I want to share that knowledge with you guys. So my journey kind of starts out with my first relationship, and it was high school, a little bit into college, but I think the biggest thing I learned in that relationship was communication is key. Like, you have to be able to trust each other, and you don't necessarily have to tell each other everything, but you have to be open to sharing intimate and deep things, especially like with how you're feeling in a relationship. Yeah, like where you're at, honestly. It's kind of a partnership, I think. And that goes for like non-romantic relationships too. Your friends, you don't have to tell them everything, but if you want a good, strong relationship, it starts with trust and communication. And then in my second relationship, I would say that I just learned that there are certain things that you can't compromise on. If something's important to you, don't compromise that for somebody else. You can't change somebody. Just do what's best for yourself, and that's all you can do. Obviously, take their feelings into account. Like, that's very important. Once I see like what other people have said, I've texted like some of my friends and just asked what they've learned or like any good relationship advice that they have received. First one, you're not asking for too much, you're asking the wrong person. So true. Because if they make it a big deal and like don't care about what you think or like what's important to you, then obviously that person isn't for you, because every relationship takes some compromise. But if they're like completely unwilling, it's just like, that ain't it. That they're not the person for you, honey, okay? Another one, you can't change someone to be who you want them to be in order to make you happier. When you meet the right person, there won't be anything you'd want to change. Things might bug you about them, but those are things you wouldn't change about them, because despite the annoying stuff, you love them. I mean, I agree with aspects of that. I think that there's always going to be little things that might irk you, but your love and like feelings for that person overcomes that. You should be willing to look past those things if you're really truly in love with that person. Okay, another one. Choosing them every single day should be the easiest choice in friendship and love. I love this so much because I don't know if you guys have heard of Lillian and Haley Pham. Like, they have a little podcast called Call Me Candid. It is so adorable. I don't think they've uploaded any new recent episodes to the podcast recently, unfortunately, but their advice is so good. It is like based in the Christian faith, but I wouldn't say I agree with like everything that they say, but a lot of it just is so true. Some things aren't worth it. Anyways, they talk about this as well, choosing that person and choosing to love that person every day. That is a choice that you wake up and make, whatever kind of relationship you're applying this to. But in a relationship, it's important to be thinking of that person and just kind of considering their feelings and how you can best serve them. And of course, like, them serving you, that's on them. All you can do is control yourself. When people just kind of move through life without thinking and like consciously being aware of their relationships, things kind of start to fall apart. That's just kind of my perspective on it. Like once you have kids and you get super distracted, for example, it's harder to be aware of saying, I'm choosing to love you today the best that I can, because you know, you might be focused on other things, and that's completely fine. It's really important to be conscious of how you're treating people and how you're loving people. Next one. If you have to wonder if they like you, they don't. That is so true. And I love the way that she was so blunt about this, because I mean, yeah, it's hilarious, but at the same time, it's so true. The person that is right for you, you shouldn't have to wonder if they like you. That is not the right relationship for you if you're constantly wondering, does this person like me? Does this person love me? Even if it's not verbal, it should be apparent if that person isn't giving that to you. One, they're not right for you, or two, they're just not feeling it. Oh, if they don't know how you want to be loved, that's just another aspect where communication comes in, and you can have that conversation and say, hey, this is my love language, or this is kind of how I would like to be treated in this sort of situation. Mine is quality time, but also words of affirmation. Those two, just thought you'd want to know. Another one was to make sure you fall in love with the person and not the idea of them. I totally see that. You just see a great life together. Relatable. The strongest foundation for a relationship is friendship. You have to like someone just as much as you love them. That is so valid. Your significant other is your best friend. A romantic partner, it's just so much different of a friendship, because there's a deeper intimacy between you two. You share so much of yourself with this person, like even more than you would with a best friend. Not like information wise, but just like yourself and like your being as a whole. 100% agree. Oh, I love this one. Everybody tells you that guys in college are better than guys in high school, which is so false. College boys are worse. I mean, she's probably a better judge of that than I am, because I was in a relationship like all throughout high school, or different relationships. But I would say the relationships between college and high school are a lot different. They're definitely much deeper in college, I would say. People start to understand who they are as individuals, whereas in high school, you're kind of just like fitting a mold, trying to get into college, doing your best to be someone, or the best version of yourself. Whereas in college, you start to recognize like who you are and what you need in life, and that's really important to know when you're going into a relationship. Now I know what I need in a relationship from a significant other, and I know my strengths and weaknesses going into a relationship, and I still have things that I need to continue to work on to improve. So I would say that's definitely a better thing going into college, relationship wise. But dating, I would say yes, is worse. I would say that guys are kind of brutal in college. Talking to my guy friends, like, some guys are dogs. I'm gonna tell you guys, Amira said this, I love this. Boys are stupid, but they are all stupid. So pick one that's tall and don't complain. She was like kind of joking in this, like she also has some serious advice to provide for you guys too. But to the men that are watching this, I'm sorry, but men like aren't the best, you know? I feel like girls a lot of time assume that guys like can understand how something is obviously wrong or like obviously right. Men don't understand. Many men like aren't as perceptive as women, and I'm just gonna say that. That is my opinion. That is what I've seen in this world. I'm sorry to my guy friends. I'm sorry. But her real advice is to try not to look into the small things, because you'll always find a way to be mad about something. Look at the big picture regarding a relationship. No relationship is perfect. From the outside especially, this is totally what I've learned. Relationships look perfect from the outside. And the truth is, like, every couple has their own issues, but you can't really compare yourself to other couples and like other people, because you're completely different individuals. It's a completely different relationship, so don't do that. You can love someone, but they might not be the right person for you, and you can't change the person, and you also shouldn't have to change yourself in order to be happy with them, for sure. And then also some relationship advice that like I heard from a girl: you can't expect someone to do something and not say anything about it, because you're not giving them the opportunity to be that person for you. When I heard her say that, I was just like, I think it's good to have expectations to an extent, for sure, but you can't like hide that from the other person. And it's become clear to me that in any relationship, you just gotta be upfront, and like sometimes it is so uncomfortable. If it's important enough to you, you need to say that thing. Like you need to just tell them directly. You have to bring it to their attention, because not everybody is gonna just... How to get a boyfriend in college? Well, before I say anything else, you have to be mentally there. You have to be here for yourself, and I've heard that so many times. You can't be looking for a boyfriend to get a boyfriend, or, you know, for the right person to come to you. Like, it'll just happen, which yes, it will just happen, and like that's the frustrating thing, is you can't control when people come into your life. You can't do anything about it, and so all you can do is just be there for yourself. And mentally, your thought process kind of needs to be like, you know, I'm here for myself and I'm gonna grow as an individual. I am not gonna be out there seeking a boyfriend, because that desperation, it's apparent, and guys honestly do not like that at all. And so when you're just having a good time, not looking for one, just enjoying life as you are without needing someone else, guys love that. They're like, oh, she's happy. Look at how happy and smiley she is without a man. I want to ruin that. I'm kidding. How can I be happier in my own right without a man or a woman or whatever? And that is when you will be open to finding love. I think every relationship starts with yourself, you know? Like, you have to be good to be good for someone else. But also, you have to be like living your life. COVID right now, we can't really do anything. How are you gonna meet someone? I don't know. You have to be actually active and like doing stuff in society to meet someone else. If you're just laying in your bed watching Netflix all the time and being like, why can't I find me a man? Like, why can't I find a significant other? Honey, you know why. If you have any questions, please comment them. Please let me know, because I love talking about this stuff so much. I think relationships are so interesting. I love you guys always. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to comment, subscribe, like this video, the regular-ish. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.